Now, I was supposed to be doing a trailer service, but when I launched this rib, after a few weeks of not being used while I was away, the moment I left the pontoon, my steering seized up. And it seized up in a way that was inconvenient, about midnight in the middle of a shipping area. So promptly brought it back ashore, and the trailer, still unserviced, has to wait. Went back into holding this boat on it while I get to the bottom of the steering. Now, a common point on remote control steering is this rod that needs, let's call it, fastidious maintenance. And I have alluded to in other videos that I'm not necessarily fastidious with some of my maintenance. Some of it I am, some of it not so much. So yeah, that steering needs to be freed up. Now, it's already been done, but I'm going to show you why it seized up. And although I thought I was maintaining it well, perhaps it wasn't as well as it could have been. If we look around this outboard, we'll see various little grease points that are part of general maintenance. Every now and again they need a little bit of a squeeze and a tweak. So there's a couple on either side, and there's two that are hidden under there when the engine is tilted in its up position. So what we need to do is put this engine in the down position. Now there's a piece of wood on the floor to protect the skeg because it's going to hit the gravel. Doesn't really matter how much. I could potentially tilt up the trailer a bit more. I'll see if I can tilt the trailer, give myself a fighting chance. It's been put right to the top of its. Lowering the jockey wheel, so the trailer's not tilted quite so much, and I might, if I'm completely crazy, be able to drop that down. Alright, so I'm going to drop the engine down. Okay, by tilting the trailer up, it means I've cleared the skeg of the ground. Now I can operate the steering from here. Now, I can see on the full extent of the rod that I put a bit of fresh grease on, but it never hurts to put a little bit more. Now, part of the problem was just under here there's two grease nipples, and one of them was blocked. So although I thought I was greasing it, it wasn't really going in. So this end of the rod became really dry. So what we can do, we can get lots of blue roll, which I have in my van. Let's get to the bottom of these grease nipples, and what we can do is we can get some WD-40, spray it into that little grease nipple to clear out the old manky grease. So I've got my can of WD-40 here, lots of blue roll. I've got a lot more where this came from. And we can see just here is the offending blocked grease nipple. Getting in is another matter. And you've got a fuel can. Now, Machine Mart have sent me the 3-way slide grease gun. It's really handy. It's bigger than my own grease gun that I used for years. So this thing, which I prepared earlier, looks like this. It's loaded up with a cartridge, which comes as a separate item. And there's 3 different ways you can load this grease gun. You either have grease and a putty knife and you just fill it up, or you can have a dispenser that will dispense into it, or you can have the cartridge that I put in there. So the cartridge is a little bit cleaner, and if you're like me, you don't have storage space for bulk grease and all that sort of stuff, then this is the cleanest method. It's really simple. Loading it up, the instructions are so simple. You pull the plunger out, pull it to one side so that it's locked. Take the end cap off, which allows the plunger inside to push through. You peel back it's like a drinks can end on the other end of the cartridge, put that in, screw this top back on, and you're good to go. And this lever pump actions the grease through there. Now this end has a positive connection onto the grease nibbles. So I'll show you. If I go onto this one, now these have already been greased, so I don't really want to do more because it's already overflowing. There we go. You hear that clunk? That's on. So now that's ready to re-grease this rod that's been problematic. I'd say I've already done it. And this side also. There we go. And that side's also ready to be re-greased. Now I think it should slightly overflow underneath. It's just starting to come out of there we go. It's just starting to come out of an overflow. Oh. Now there's a couple of other bits on the leg that I should grease on a regular basis, so I'm just going to quickly give those a tweak. Now this is lithium grease, repels water. Although I use the grease nipples, actually it's a good idea to just manually grease this. So I'll just put a little bit on there. Okay. Do a bit of manual slapping. So that's all of my greased up bits re-greased. A bit more blue roll. You can buy multi-packs of this from Machine Mart. It's really useful stuff. Always keep a roll of this in the van. I find it's a bit better than kitchen roll. Put that back in its bag. This can go back in my van. Into the main toolkit. Keeping on top of your remote control steering and making sure you don't end up doing what I do, get seized up steering around midnight in a shipping lane. So learn from my mistakes, eh? Keep on top of your remote control steering, maintain greasing at all times, and if you leave your boat for any length of time, it will need greasing. So, and if you've got old dried up grease, a bit of WD-40 will help to dissolve it. Just make sure you replace it with fresh grease. Give it a good flush through, then fresh grease in place.